So here's my Traeger, and I got a little bit of a problem. When I turn on the motor, then, okay, I'm gonna shut that right off. What the problem is that a small piece of wood that wasn't the pellet got into the auger. So I'm going to try and fix this. Now I can't get my fingers down here, so you need to take this grate out. So there are 4 screws on there, here, and these 2 here. I got one of them off, and I'll have to put the camera down, but you can get a small screwdriver in here like this and turn it. So let me take that screw out and come back. Now these screws right here, the nuts are here, so I can't film this, so I'm going to carefully take that nut off with my finger and the screw out so that it doesn't drop down into that abyss down there. Alright, now that I've got the 4 screws out, now I can take this out. And then I'm going to scoop these out and put it in this bucket down here. I've got this emptied out. It's unplugged so you don't accidentally get my fingers in the auger. And here's all the pellets. So I can't get those out effectively with my hands, so I'll just use my shop vac. Now what I'm hoping is that with all of the pellets out and less resistance, that it'll have enough force to move that piece of wood through, and see if it has enough power to do it. No. Okay. We're going to have to do it the hard way. Alright. Probably going to have to pull the motor off. You know, I think what I'm going to have to do is pull this box off. I think those are just sheet metal screws, which means there won't be a nut on the other side. Now in the next scene you'll see me pulling this off, but in order to do that there are 4 screws here that hold a basket in there, a protector. So you need to take those off first. That right there, you take that off first, and for some reason the video got cut out or something. Alright, so lift this up and over. Now I have access to the motor. Alright, so I briefly plugged it in, and if the motor turns like this, that's the auger this way. So I'm running the motor like this a little bit to loosen this up to get some slack, because it's got pressure on those gears. Okay, so now what I can do is I can take that drive cog off, and then I can move that manually. Alright, so this looks like it takes a 7/64 Allen, and then there's a nylon washer on there. Okay, so that's a 7/64 and a nylon nut, 7/64 Allen wrench, and we can pull that motor out. And that is tight. Alright, we have to let's run that backwards and get our jam out of there. Alright, so no, there's no chips here because you don't want to drive it towards this plate. I'll do something better than my Allen wrench. Let's see if this nail will work. Yeah, that works. So that's going in. I want to go in. Suck that out. Now we're free. Alright, so now we're free. So let me just suck everything out. I think I saw the problem. I think it was like a piece of wood, not pellet. We're free. Awesome. Alright, so now let's get the nut and the bolt. Put that back on there. Put that tiny nut on. Okay, now let's plug it in, turn it on, and there she runs. Alright, I'll put it back together and let's see if we can cook a chicken or something. And to put it back together, so they've got 4 holes in this grate and they go right here. So that's probably going to be the most difficult part. Okay. Does it help if I put glasses on? Maybe I can see the tiny things. Okay, another one in here and then 2 on the other side. Now the grate consists of 2 types of screws. Here with the bevel that goes against this surface are sheet metal screws. And through those holes right there are nuts and bolts. So that's going to require very carefully putting your finger down here to thread that. So that's the reverse procedure. It's going to be a little bit challenging. Try one. Alright, so now I probably can't see this, but I can feel it. I'm going to have to... Probably should have done that with the box was tipped up. That would have been a good idea. Yeah, so note to self. Put those two on before you mount the box. Okay, and then these two, got another one in the back. And then these two are sheet metal screws. So let's put a little bit of pellet in the bottom, not too much. And then see if we can get a fire. Yeah, the auger's turning. Well, it was a fair amount of work, but I got this thing working again. So I hope you found that helpful. And if you'd like to see more videos like this, please subscribe to my channel.